Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Nuclear Throne Daily. Yesterday, by far the best daily we've ever had. In fact, I can go quickly over here to Throne Butts, and I can see that I think we achieved our goal yesterday. The goal that I set out earlier, where I wanted to have one daily challenge where I ranked within the top 100. We came 86th yesterday, top 3% with a score of 624. And of course, I did get about, 1.5 loops into that game, so I was pretty excited about that. For now, let's see who we're going to be playing as today. No, we're not yet, even though you might take that as a sign. You know, we've been playing a lot of YV. I'll tell you what. Fish, plant, or crystal? Who's coming up first? Yo, dude, you're fucking up my streak here. Steroids. Okay, well, maybe we'll play steroids. I know I said fish, plant, or crystal. It's been a while for any of them, but I can't say no to my boy Steroids. He fits my play style, which is to say, hold down both triggers and hope for the best. I may sound a little under the weather. I may just sound a little different as well. I'm using OBS as opposed to XSplit, hoping that it deals with the crackling issue. And I've used it for Isaac for some time now, and it seems like it's working out relatively well. Did I miss a rad canister? I like getting that early mutation, man, just to set the tone, you know? In the meantime, though, here's my go-to steroid strategy in the early game. You put the weapon, well, first you put your right foot in, then you put your right foot out, then you put your right foot in, and I think after that, if I remember correctly, you shake it all about. But, you put the weapon that is worse with ammo, which is usually your better DPS weapon, as your primary. This is a little scary. Oh my god! And then you keep your, if you have an economy weapon, like that, you keep it as your secondary. That way, when you pick up ammo chests, you're more likely to get the ammo that's a little harder to come by. Not quite level 3, but I'm honestly just happy to be alive right now, to be honest with you. Rabbit Paw. Rabbit Paw gives us a chance to get out of this hole and feel a little bit better about ourselves. One med kit. Med kits only start dropping once your HP starts dropping, so it's kind of a necessary evil here, and that was a very easy finish, and we're back to full HP and feeling very good. I would almost like to get, well, now we should maybe switch up our weapons. I would like to get two different, but both, or neither of them being really economy weapons, like both high damage. It seems to work out okay as long as you have, like, Rabbit Paw or something like that. Did we kill everything? I mean, I don't really want to take those medkits if we don't need them just yet. And that's going to do it. So we got one more mutation coming. A pretty good warm-up so far. His Throne Butt ability is pretty good. I should really read it so I actually understand it in full, but basically I believe that when you fire one of your weapons, you have a chance to get ammo for the other one. If you fire both of them, I think you get even like a further bonus. So if you're worried about ammo, this is something that can, you know, help sort you out here. Just wanted to make sure I switch back to bullets to get as many as possible there. Shotgun. I'm gonna try it. Because it's strange, I'm gonna try it. And we're gonna keep our slugger as our primary. The shotgun will be our secondary here. And then whenever we encounter an enemy that we hate, we'll just press both triggers. Now, there are some problems with this. Without back muscle, we're not going to have huge ammo capacity, but honestly, I don't think we're that worried about ammo capacity right now. It's mostly just being able to find it when we need it in the moment. We should only get ammo types, or weapon drops of shell type, except for the presents. The presents might give us other kinds, but this is pretty good for now, and if we get shotgun shoulders, I might even honestly take it. For now, honestly, I think we have two relatively slow weapons. Let's try trigger fingers, but I was thinking that might go for Euphoria. Euphoria is a mutation that a lot of people rate really highly, and I just don't see it yet, and that's on me, but I think I need a little bit more time spent with it before I truly understand the value of Euphoria here. And for right now, you know, trigger fingers doesn't seem that amazing, I think. But it was a pretty weak haul of mutations, I think, based on, you know, my personal power rankings, whatever that means. And plus, once we get weapons that will allow us to, oh, jeez. Or once we reach areas where we have to spam a little bit more, we're going to be happy to have them, I think. We're happy to have it. So we can spam a little bit more effectively. We might want to replace a weapon here. Auto shotgun. I think that beats shotgun. That's slugger. Okay, good. So auto shotty will be on right click, and that'll be something that actually might help us out a little bit here with, or maybe auto shotty has such a low reload time that trigger fingers doesn't affect it at all, but it really doesn't make much difference. I wanted to blow that up just in case the portal opened up. Sometimes you can get hit by the explosion in the process there, and that's no good for anybody. Okay, so the slugger is really, I don't want to say it's underrated, but I think it shows up way earlier than you would expect given its strength. Like, this is a weapon that with Scare Your Face, in my opinion, can take you into the caves. This is a very tricky situation here. As usual, I took some exceptionally dumb damage from the fire trap, being a little bit more kind of latent than I always expect. Laser pistol. I'm kind of liking double shotgun meta right now. I really can't lie about that. I would like this rad canister. Maybe we can get it with shells and then just have those all get mostly sucked out here. Okay, good enough. The laser pistol's probably better, but I don't know. Oh, yeah, that was like a direct hit on IDPD there. I can't really complain. Probably won't get to pick a crown. That's okay by me, though. Let's go do some little more exploring here. We do have another level coming up. We've leveled up pretty fast here. Wow, that is not a good way to die. But I think I'm suitably warmed up here. We're going to play as Steroids on the daily. Let's do this. It's only been active for a few hours here, 3.5 or so. Let's do this. I'm ready. Steroids, this is the daily. I have to tell myself this is the daily, because if I don't tell myself it's the daily, I'll forget that it's the daily. That's what happened yesterday. I was like, oh no, we lost the daily so early, and then I realized I was not on the daily. That's a happy accident. We don't want to have the sad version of that accident. Okay, so crossbow will be my left click here, and revolver will be my right click. So we can get as many bolts as possible. The best Steroids run I've ever had was off camera. I talk about it as if it was like my state football days, but it was Steroids, 2 crossbow weapons, homing bolts, and like not having to worry about ammo, basically. I'm not going to go over the full mutation list, but effectively I made it work because I had homing bolts and no ammo concerns. I think we got him back there. I heard the death noise. I took damage in the process. That might not seem like a big deal, but it can add up, man. No homing bolts. I think we go strong spirit here. I do love Scare Your Face, but I think, you know, both, well, not necessarily. Scare Your Face is kind of better independent of what weapons you have. Shovel's pretty good, man. Scare Your Face is better independent of the weapons you have. Strong Spirit can be great with a certain subset of mutations. So let's try our damnedest not to die here. This guy will drop often a med kit. Yeah, there we go. So we're at 4 HP. That's not so bad. Do we want to take shovel over revolver? I mean, it doesn't really help us spam, but it's really good. I'll get that rad canister. The only issue with this, and it is a big-ish issue, surprisingly tough sentence to say, I think we take back muscle, even though second stomach could be really useful. But anyway, the big issue with this is that both of our weapons are going to be slow. So when it comes time to spam, we got problems. Like these guys, we're probably going to have to use our crossbow to cut through them a little bit here. And we'll end up missing out on rads in the process. Okay, I mean, we can afford to waste some ammo, but I'd rather not waste much. Let's, you know, get the enemies that can easily be killed, and then we'll focus on the big guys later. I'm starting to regret that shovel purchase. It wasn't really a purchase, I guess, but I'm regretting the existence of the shovel, let's put it that way. Comes from a earlier Northernlion meta when I maybe didn't know as much as I hope I know now. Alligators, man. At least we're back to full HP. We're gonna miss out on that laser pistol, which would have been a great addition to our run right now. But good news is the shovel is still completely viable at taking out the birds. Main thing we're going to do for assassins, you know, let's enjoy the fact that we don't have Scare Your Face, so the assassins are not all going to immediately aggro, which is really, really nice. Because, okay. After they aggro, it becomes very difficult to hit them. Okay, good weapon. Flak cannon. Does it replace the shovel? I'll do it. I don't know if it's the right choice. We can't get hit by our own shells, so I should stop freaking out there. I think it's a little bit better than the shotgun, maybe. We've had like super flat cannon, and that's been amazing. But the crossbow's a pretty solid selection here as well. We'll be looking to replace this with maybe some kind of, you know, more conventional energy type weapon at some point. But for now, I'm happy with this. Oh, there's one freaking bird left. I'm gonna take no chances here. Blow that up. Where's my bird friend? Now you're over here, huh? Okay. Big miss, followed by a relatively better hit. Let's see what we get here. Rabbit Paw, no. Second Stomach, it made it pretty easy on me there because I don't have any laser weapons. That was only level 1, I think. Okay, we gotta be very cautious here. We gotta be cautious, but also, like, relatively fast. There we go. Second Stomach has taken us almost back to full HP. I think our second weapon there is the Grenade Launcher, which is a pretty solid selection over the Flat Cannon. So let's try it. And we're gonna, yeah, we'll roll explosives in our primary slot then. Good. Second Stomach basically saved my life single-handedly there. We've made it out. We probably missed out on a lot of rads in the process. That's fine. Rads, extremely important. Survival, much more so. That was some dumb damage on my part. Right-click crossbow, left-click grenade launcher. Again, 2 slow weapons. Could argue that's a mistake. Missed the ammo there. But both very powerful weapons as well. If we can avoid... Shit, that was a great shot. If we can avoid angering IDPD, I'll be extremely happy. Please. Don't make me do it. Good. 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 I can't believe we need more HP again. Gotta get both of these. Laser rifle. We'll probably take that over the grenade launcher so we don't accidentally kill ourselves. And having a primary energy weapon can be very, very good for business. Let's not die. We have a really, you know, decent loadout here. I pretty much stood directly in the fire there. There's no last wish. I really like Laser Brain. I really like all these, actually. Eagle Eyes is really coming up in my meta lately. I'm going to go Rhino Skin, though, for the, basically, early survival. And I think said early survival might have actually just saved my life. Yeah, get the rads, aggro the boss. You know, life goes on. That's fine. Alright, the birds have to go, man. Okay, we're at 1 HP. Is that Strong Spirit? No, Strong Spirit's still active, so at least we got that going for us. Now we just fire like crazy. There are med kits. We're out of energy. Wow, that happened fast. I see you there. Don't think I don't see you there. What's over here? Cluster launcher. I don't really like it. I do love Second Stomach, though. Alright, we're safe over here, I think. And we've got a decent amount of HP again. Bolts, energy. Not doing very well on health or energy. We could take 2 crossbow weapons. I've done... This is exactly the loadout that I... Well, not exactly, but 2 bolt weapons is the loadout that I did my super loopy run on. Good. Second Stomach. It's auto crossbow value coming in there. This will get us back to full HP. Now we need like a... Well, we don't need it, but it would be nice to have a homing bolts or a Second Stomach just to carry us across the... Or not a Second Stomach. Homing bolts or Eagle Eye. Some kind of alliteration. To carry us through the spam section of the... Oh, I can't believe I didn't get hit there. To carry us through the spam section of the game. I know we have the Energy Hammer, and we've done some good stuff with the Energy Hammer. Like, that was something we used to good effect on the last run. But I love double bolts, man. As long as we can fire relatively quickly. If we could pick up like a splinter pistol, or a super splinter pistol, or a splinter rifle, or a splinter gun, any kind of splinter related thing might be great for us here. Boiling Veins can be awesome, but I think we're gonna go with Open Mind because I don't know if it's necessarily more likely to help me, but it's more likely for me to notice it. Maybe is what I'm trying to get at. So you might be saying, you know, why would you ever use the crossbow if you have the auto crossbow? Well, the auto crossbow, I believe, has worse aim. Much faster rate of fire, but worse aim. Which means that, you know, whatever it's pointing at, it's not necessarily going to hit. Obviously, you hope it's going to be somewhere within that rough range, but for like a standard like one-shot enemy, you're probably looking at using the crossbow instead, I think. And we're really going to want like Scare Your Face or something because we're using effectively like a early game weapon to take out some like seriously late game enemies. People are going to be very mad if I do not take the energy sword. Take auto. Which one's auto? That's auto. Fine. We'll take the energy sword with us as well. Auto crossbow, energy sword. There's an example of missing there. I still want bolt marrow. Seriously? Come on, man. This is steroids. Steroids! We can just do it that way if you want. Wasted way more bullets or bolts than I'd like to admit there, but hey. Alright, this level is all about getting our HP back. Steroids, your aim, man. I really... if you had told me that this is what it would be like, I either would have saved the regular crossbow, honestly, or I would have maybe gone for Eagle Eye when we had the opportunity, but I can't complain about Energy Sword. Doing a pretty good job of holding it down here. Auto crossbow does a lot better in crowds, as you can see. I'm wasting way too much energy. We're back to full HP, though, but that's a lot of ammo wasted, and then we got it back, I guess, and we are at level 7. Super Slugger. Nuke Launcher. I do not like the Nuke Launcher. The Super Slugger, at this point, I gotta think that that might be better than the Auto Crossbow. Like, the Auto... if we get homing bolts, it's probably... how does this fire? I don't know, man. Does it fire literally 5 shells at a time? We're going to try it. I'm not necessarily thrilled about this, but we're going to try it. And it didn't give us the homing bolts option, so I don't mind. And we're going to take Eagle Eyes, because as we've seen, the accuracy on steroids is not that great. This is going to be a big moment of truth. Can we beat Little Bandit, Little Hunter, Boba Fett? I think he's nearly dead already. Yeah, he's done. Don't explode down here, please. Lightning Pistol. If we're gonna roll 2 energy weapons, that might be worthwhile. We still got Strong Spirit here. Let's, I'm just hoping I'm not missing out on any rads here. Honestly, the Super Slugger seems like it's gonna be a decent, spammable weapon, even if it does fire a little slowly. The power in it makes up for it, I think. That was very dumb damage. I should not have been in a position to take it. I'm happy with this loadout. I would like some more energy if possible. The medkit doesn't hurt, though. Okay. Here we go. It's Spam City. Super Slugger is going to be a real go-to. Oh my god, okay. Oh, we got him. Oh my god, I can't believe we got him. Okay, max explosives. This will be a decent floor to test if we really do run into ammo trouble as well. We got another level coming our way. What's this? Double shotgun. Scary. We could roll 2 different shotgun items. I think it does work relatively well. Even without something like shotgun shoulders. The problem is, we gotta get in here and, like, there's gonna be necromancers. I don't think we've killed the necromancers yet, so we gotta, like, seek them out first. While avoiding contact damage, ideally. Or out of energy. That's the last guy? I must have killed the necromancer with the shells somewhere in there. We could take Last Wish. Of course, homing bolts shows up now. I've got to think that Bloodlust does better for us than Last Wish, even though we have no ammo. We should expect ammo drops. And this is not quite as spammable as I would be hoping for on a steroids run at this point in the game. We're getting energy. I think if I play my cards right... I mean, we're killing everything in one shot from the Super Slugger, so there is that. What's our other weapon in here? Super Splinter Gun. Man, this could have been so different if I'd stuck with those bolt weapons. We don't have homing bolts, so I don't think I can justify the Super Splinter Gun. Gatling Slugger. I think, honestly, we might be taking double shotgun weapons here. Excuse me. Is that seriously like a pop gun at this stage in my life? I'm not interested. I really would have liked that medkit, though. Super Crossbow. I think I've made some... I'm just going to be honest with you. I think I've made some bad decisions with respect to my possible loadout so far. That is so lucky that we lived there. Thank you. You always got to say thank you where thank yous are due. Thank you to, we're taking exactly what we got, I guess. Thank you to Strong Spirit for keeping me alive there. I appreciate it. So some rads. Shells. Devastator. It's an energy weapon. Look, I know it might be awesome to have the sword to reflect projectiles, but the weapon is called the Devastator. I don't argue with a weapon called the Devastator. At the very least, this is 2 dailies in a row where we've gotten to the throne. I think I can be very proud of that performance. I'm happy with myself. I think we're learning a lot in the process. I don't know if I love my chances right now. You're gonna start to... You gotta do the thing. I don't want to waste any ammo shooting you. I just need you to start with the, you know... You shake the screen a little bit. I still don't understand the scripting for this. I don't want to get caught in the web. Oh, fine. There you go. Are you not ornery? There we go. The Skull Man got out of the throne. Alright, let's do this. I want to see how the Devastator works in action. Here we go. We're going to run out of ammo extremely quickly. The hope, I guess, is that... Wait, did we already kill it? I thought we already killed it there. The hope, I guess, is that this is really as strong as it seems. I don't like being right here. I need the... I got it! I like it, I love it, I want... So close, though. You got to admit, that was not a bad one. Let's see where we rank right now. Maybe I shouldn't have gone for the med kit, or maybe I should have gone for it harder. Right now we're in 76th. I don't think we're going to get a top 100 score on that, but we might be like top 15%. That's alright. For now, if you enjoyed the episode, I hope you did. Click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.